What is going on, buddy?
Hello.
It is Pixelbarners here, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. When we left off, we got through the director's office.
Yep.
And marched our way through that. We got some discoveries from Tenmyoji's side a little bit.
My theory seems to be
somewhere.
true. If not, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. Which adds to the cryostasis stuff going on, because, you know, we got an older Akane, older Santa. We've got a lot going on that front. The only way to get answers is by pushing forward.
Because Clover, she thinks it was only a year ago.
And Clover looks like it was only a year
yeah.
ago. And same thing with Alice. So I think there's
Yep.
some funkiness going on there. But let's keep on perusing forward. Actually, it makes me think about, because when it comes to like a lot of things, I mean, who'd be in cryo sleep or not, because we know that Kay is like a clone of us of some sort. Luna's a robot. Phi, we don't know what's going on. Dio is an infiltrator. Tenmyoji is potentially Santa.
Yeah.
Like, the people that could have been put in cryo sleep were, I'm trying to get my brain sorted, would be
Clover.
like Clover and Alice.
Quark.
And Quark, potentially, yes, depending on when all this happened. Because I still believe we are old man Sigma, who could very well be Jumpy, if you will. But let's just get forward. We need answers so we can only do that by going forward.
Actually, also I learned apparently it is pronounced Jumpy, because that's how what Akane's voice lines said it as in 999. So
Oh.
yeah, that
They
they
just
just
changed it.
mispronounced it here
Huh.
for some reason.
You'd think the director would have stopped and been like, hey,
Yeah.
can you do that again? Because also, you wouldn't say, if you see that, no.
You wouldn't say Jumpy.
Exactly. That shows that whoever was the voice director, at least for the dub of this game, they said you need to say it Jumpy.
Uh-huh.
Because that's not how they would have said it originally.
Because in 999, it's Jumpy. That's how they say it.
Hmm.
That's how Akane says it.
So there's a
It is
disparity. There's a disparity in the voice directors for the English dub on the two games there. But I stepped into the warehouse to find all the other teams already there.
It is Jumpy Doll.
Kay and Luna. Phi and Clover. And Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader. Of fucking course. This is the first time we've actually really done a real game afterwards.
Yeah.
With the star keys. Because the closest we got was the 2-on-1 versus Luna. But, yeah, of course he was going to do that.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
At least this time he waited to make sure everyone was out of the rooms. Now you can't complain about me, can you?
Yeah.
I waited, you're all out. His turn to look at me, I swore I saw a flash of a smug grin.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it. You see? I can be considerate.
No, you can't. Shut up.
But Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here.
Yeah, where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found.
Yeah, the photo.
They ran back to grab it real quick, and they grabbed the brandy.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
Okay. While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we'd investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait.
Guys?
Before long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Yes, I'm getting worried.
Oh, goodness, that was loud.
What if something happened to them?
I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away.
Just don't look into the abyss too long,
What?
or you might become a monster.
That's not quite how it goes, but that's... I don't think... Okay. Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. Right, see you guys later. Why did someone like turn on a fucking lawnmower at 12:30 at night?
That's what it sounds like.
Christ. Give a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse.
That was a car.
I think it was more like a bike or something. Oh, they're gone now. All right.
Yep.
Audio quality's back, baby. Let's
Yay.
go. All right. Everyone's fine, right? Nothing could go wrong. Right?
Right? And of course, Dio had to have the fucking gates open now.
Because he's doing Dio things. You could have gone much faster through. Okay, whatever. Director's office. Guys?
Guys, don't be
Tell me,
dead.
OG. No, we need your groundbreaking discovery.
Yeah. I don't like this music.
Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. The picture's gone, though. Temujin and Quark must have been here then. Look at the floor beam map. Huh. They must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. I should have done that myself. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is kind of the long way around. Huh. Looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened. Ugh. Well, this is a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose. They're not going to be back. I packed up the map and was headed toward the door when... Huh? There's a light on where there hadn't been a light before.
What? Oh.
What? Why is that thing on? We messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. It's a teleporter.
I was
and
supposed
they've
to say, is it a
teleported off of here.
teleporter?
I felt a sudden wave of inexplicable nauseating dread. The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously toward it. It's either a teleporter, which I doubt.
Or it vaporizes people.
Well, like I said before, I think it might be like a hologram machine that would display like probably Akane. The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out toward it. Slowly.
Oh.
So, you finally made it.
That's okay. No. You're...
I am Zero.
Huh.
Oh.
I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky. As you can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
Ugh. Considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile and kept my balled fist at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited. I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you.
Okay.
First, I will tell you about termites.
What?
In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say. I imagine you look rather bewildered right now.
Uh-huh.
Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully.
Okay.
Whatever you say, Sojiro.
Have you ever seen a termite mound?
Yo.
They are splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room goes where? No, of course not. Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create.
Okay, I see the metaphor.
What a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds.
Do not bring aliens into this. I swear to God.
Now, consider humans.
Okay.
Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring? There are many theories, but no one knows the truth. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA.
Yes.
No doubt you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building
Mind
some
flayers.
structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it. Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty. And you are about to catch a glimpse of it. Or have you already? Well,
Yeah.
that's enough on that subject, I think.
Huh?
Consider what I've said.
Is it because we can travel through essentially time?
Let's move on to the second
I would
topic.
assume that he knows and that we've seen glimpses of what he's aiming for. But
Yeah.
yeah, the second topic.
Somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and in fact, the lives of several billion other people.
Okay, hit
I
me.
realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you. It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Okay.
Oh.
But bomb?
Are you ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention.
Of course.
Password to disarm the number 1 bomb is
You're pulling out a thing quick, so I'm just letting it go.
Yeah, bomb one. All right.
BQZ
BQZ.
RGJ
RGJ.
DXR.
DXR. DXLR.
Cool. Now we have 3, 2, and 1.
All right, he disappeared a little too. I was hoping
But
I'd
not
have one
here.
more thing. Maybe he'll have something else to say here. But something I want you to notice, actually, very interesting, is that if you look at his art there and his sprite,
Yeah.
it was very small, but I don't know if you noticed it.
I don't know if I could see.
He had a bracelet on.
Why didn't you point it out then?
Well, I was gonna wait for. I'm hoping that it has. I had no idea what he was talking about. I was hoping that it wouldn't disappear already. But what bomb? Was he saying there were bombs too? If he guessed at my future confusion, he showed no sign of it.
That is the last
There it
of
is.
it.
So
Oh,
now if you
yeah.
look at his left
This
fist,
message was meant to convey.
he's got it there. I think that's us. I think we're Zero. Now, who Zero is exactly in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. But this matches no one else that's playing the game with us right now.
Yeah.
I think that's us. I think that's Old Man Sigma right there.
Before I go, however, I have a warning.
Oh, great.
You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized
Oh.
immediately.
Oh.
I hope we will meet again someday. We would have much to discuss.
His face kind of looks like Sigma's, but old.
Yeah.
Same structure.
Wait! Goddamn, you can't just spout all that crap and disappear? I found myself yelling at empty air. Oh, now it's dark.
Ooh.
The hologram had disappeared. Oh, now we're back.
Yeah.
Ugh. What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? How can that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit. Kicked out of a nearby shelf.
Uh-oh.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes.
So did Tenmei OG see that or
If
not? I
no
imagine not,
vote
but...
is recorded-
Okay, I know how that works. Oh, crap. I need to get back. Not like there's any point staying here. I spun around and ran out of the room toward the warehouse. Still need to make sure that Tenmyoji and everyone is...
Grandpa!
Hey!
Oh!
Look! Mr. Sigma's back!
Took you long enough.
Bro, just
Where
hear
were
me
you?
out. We came looking for you. Where are the others?
The AB rooms.
They went in already? Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah!
Aw.
Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Oh.
Oh?
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this round. That's it.
And you had to tell me that no matter what? Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch.
Ah.
So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You get to 9 whether you got 2 or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I'll choose betray. That would mean you'd choose betray to protect
But
yourselves.
that's why we're telling you we won't choose betray.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust you?
Of course.
All right, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this in both ally. Everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do you know you aren't going to just... How do I know you aren't just going to open the number 9 door and leave us in the
I
lurch?
can guarantee it.
How?
I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so.
I'll just
I
have
swear
Quark
it.
open it.
We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
Quark's like, I'm not saying
I
this shit.
swear to. I promise.
He heard you.
Man, so all you've got is a promise,
When I
huh?
make a promise, I keep it. Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us!
All right, fine.
I mean,
I'll
he's
trust
not
you.
lying if he is who I think he is. He keeps his promises.
2 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right.
We're counting on you, Sigma.
Ugh,
You gotta choose ally!
of course.
You promised!
I'm known for keeping my promises here. With that, they turn and ran to the AB room, second from the right. Bye.
We are not
well, I guess
picking
I should
betray.
get moving. What the fuck do you mean? Of course we are.
No,
We gotta get the bad ending first.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's not a bad ending because it's not going to end. No one's going anywhere.
You know what I mean? Oh, are you saying the ally's the bad ending?
No, I'm saying that it could be because what if they are tricking us and then they leave and then it's over?
Maybe. Maybe.
1 minute.
'Cause if we hit betray, they don't go
remains
anywhere.
until Ambidex game polling closes.
Okay. I bet Quark's saying betray our ass. I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmyoji? Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. And there's the 6 too, it's an even trade. That'd be much closer to 9. And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet. But
Please! You've gotta trust us! You've gotta choose ally! You promised!
Tenmyoji I could betray easily enough, but Quark? What the hell was I going to do?
He's a
10
child.
seconds remain.
Okay, yep.
9,
Yep.
8,
7,
seven,
yep.
6,
5.
5, 4,
I want it faster.
2, 1.
Ally.
Allie.
Not how I spell my name.
No, not at all.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
You wooed me.
Results
Good.
will be displayed in the warehouse.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you for
did-
your
Why did you?
participation.
Why? Why do you
Ambidex gates now opening.
keep saying mom?
Because she's Mom.
Why?
Well, I mean, I say this as a joke, but then we got that one ending where she is the ringleader of it all in Akane, and then we had the K ending, which showed that he grew up around her. Then we might be the OG, so she may be Mommy.
Displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
All right,
Were we fucked over? What happened?
let's see. Yep, I saw
Yep.
that come from a mile away.
Mm.
Oh.
Wow.
You assholes!
Wow.
They're gonna leave with Clover.
Wow.
That's all he wanted. He wanted to leave with Clover. Granted, he still got. We can still.
See,
get
I
it,
told you.
But yeah.
Points
I told you.
have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
I bet it was Quark.
Please
Tell me OG's
check
dead in
your
there.
bracelet
Oh my
to
God,
see your
why are you like
updated
this?
Bracelet points.
After everything we did together, you little bitch.
Ugh.
Hey, what the hell, guys? Why'd you betray
Quark
me
had nothing to do with this.
again?
I made the vote.
Grandpa.
Oh.
All right, fine. Why'd you break your promise, Tenmi
I only
OG?
promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
What?
But we got
So
11.
you're not going to
Not what I
leave?
said. Of course we're going to leave.
What?
Look, see Clover over there?
But what? Don't tell me.
N-
The shit y'all talk about behind my back. She's gonna open the door and we're gonna walk out through it. You rat fuck. All right. I'm gonna kill Santa.
No.
I'm gonna kill him. Don't sound more upset.
That bitch!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Let's go!
Clover, are you really going to leave? Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
The others?
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going to...
Probably back at home base because Alice and her.
Like Quark is
working-
like, we're actually leaving? What? He had nothing to do with this. This poor
Sorry,
kid.
everybody.
He's just like, what?
So Sigma, happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell, I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Tenmyoji.
Say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that.
Gonna kick you in your old rotten nuts.
He's gotta pay for what he's done.
He?
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
What?
And it's me. That's why he could betray me so easy. The number not. Yeah, I get it. It'll
Yeah.
make 9 seconds.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Come on, Vamonos.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Give me a hug, please. Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. The fuck is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game.
Huh.
I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is.
Oh.
So, read it, okay?
His real name is...
Press into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Oh, bye. Then he turned and ran toward the door, Tenmyoji and Clover following in his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
This actually might be an ending if he's given us notes on Tenmyoji, because
Yeah.
otherwise this would have been easily missable. Huh. So you vote betray and then he curb stomps us.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
As the game
All the doors are open.
Please
Enjoy your stay. Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Shit! They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
Dan's like, what about my bombs?
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read.
Oh boy.
It was a really stormy day when he found me. I guess you can take this if you want to. Though it is Sigma is
Sigma's
reading it, but
so
it is from Quark's perspective. So it's
perspective.
I have a letter from Quark. Andy writes. That's a joke for 90s kids. Do you get that one? That was oh god, why can't I remember his name? But on the radio on Saturdays, Casey Kasem.
Oh,
America
God.
Top 40.
Barely. It kind of rings a bell. I don't know.
It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt. But somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me. But he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess it was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess that was kind of a pain, huh?
I kind of want to read this now.
Okay, go ahead then.
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, it was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. Quark is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched.
What?
What? I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or put out the useful parts and sell them. Pull out useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it all sorts of things. All sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. A wagon?
Wow.
They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. Oh. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he had asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Does that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everybody about how he had a mom. Wow. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day he took me to a bar in our neighborhood.
Oh, all right.
During the day, of course.
Right.
He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I've never gone before. And when we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid. My legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it.
A root beer float! Let's go!
Took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. I've never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. Wow. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure it was real at the point. And then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Is this really mine? He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was! I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. That's called a sugar rush. Felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me and adopted me or not. He bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother, but never tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the priorities, everyone.
Yeah.
When I went to the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. You might have a mom, but did you have a root beer float?
Oh, what?
Didn't think so. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I'd torn one of my shoes that morning and some old drunk guy yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care!" Then he got mad and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then I started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It started raining pretty hard though, so I decided I would wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop though, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. First I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he'd collapsed. Jesus. That was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever god might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again.
My God.
He got a real bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa because a week later his fever had finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man and that it meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone, but maybe he'd been a little too strict. All the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off and he'd gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he'd lost back. Little sister. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't.
Wrote all of that on a piece of paper.
2 pieces of paper.
2 pieces of paper. Still a lot for 2 pieces of paper.
One of them was probably front and back.
Oh, well, and that's that. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like the most important information was probably the audio log that we had, and then the hologram that was not the person I was expecting to be in the hologram.
Yeah.
It was half right, and I was like, oh, hologram. Not the person I thought was going to be there. Chiaki. Okay. I mean, I guess almost the biggest thing to take out of there is the fact that Quark is like fucking invincible, apparently?
Yeah.
A 1-year-old baby falling out of bed with a truck? No, I'm fine.
Not a scratch.
Not a scratch. A lot of not scratches. And I'm just like, who the fuck are you, kid?
Fell down the stairs as a toddler. Not hurt at all.
So, I mean, that could be a reason why he's such an important kid in all of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Huh. Very, very interessante. Okay. I assume when I go down the other route...
Tenmyoji.
We've got most of them.
No answers.
Not quite yet. I mean, I feel like we got a decent bit of things through that run in general. But now we've got to do this. We're going to block them up, and I assume that Clover's just going to walk on out. But I'll just do this over here. Fast forward. Now we're going to pick Betrayal. We're going to stop them from leaving. Fuck you, Grandpa. Ha ha! You tried to trick me, you rat bastard. We're stuck here together. And because I picked Betrayal, you'll never tell me the truth. And Quark's going to hand me the piece of paper, and you're going to rip it up. He doesn't deserve to know the truth.
Results, please.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. All right. Show me what happens. So those two are going to be... Yeah, that's always going to happen. Yep, so
we're
Clover
just following
is
the
have
betray
enough.
trend, you know?
Yeah, fuck you. All right. But yeah, Clover's probably going to leave on her own. Now he's just going to be like, God damn it.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
Or he's going to be like, I knew you were going to do it. I couldn't let you get away with the points.
Please check
I
your
knew you'd
list
betray me.
To see your
I always knew you'd
updated
betray me.
bracelet points.
Because you're an asshole. So I got to hear it from the horse's mouth. Hey, what's the deal, huh?
Had nothing to do with it. I entered the vote.
So why'd you choose Betray?
Couldn't I ask you the same thing? I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though. Look, Clover's over by the door.
Yep. What? Oh, no. Just easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yep.
That's all she got to do.
She's got to get justice for her dead girlfriend.
I'm going to call for help.
The number 9 door.
Fuck, she opened it.
Ugh! Why? Clover, wait!
No, don't go. Please. But we can't tackle a woman down there. Clover! What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm going to call the others.
What do you think you're doing, young lady? You get right back here. What?
Get justice for Alice.
Yep.
You're grounded. Justice? Wait, do you mean Apollo? You're gonna call Apollo Justice Attorney at Law?
Attorney at Law.
Oh, man.
The number 9 door.
I'm gonna
has
sue
been
Zero
opened.
Senior.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
We're gonna solve this the only way we can. In court.
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
Deal up to Clover, his fists raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved toward the door, as she does every single time he does
Yep.
this. I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice.
She's a grieving girl on a mission.
Yup. Well, so long. Goodbye.
The number 9 door has
Yeah, I know we know how this is.
Please.
Yep, thanks. Is it just gonna end there?
Mm.
Which is fair. It's like, well,
See,
she's
what
gone.
you wanted
Bye-bye.
to do.
Was gonna be the bad ending.
God.
But I guess it was fair to get the first part where he betrayed us, and it's like,
Mhm.
of course you fucking did. You little dingle dang dingus. But now, look at all these spaces filled out. Got all that.
Who's left?
There's only one person left because we got Luna right here on number 1.
Fi,
We got
that's
Kay.
right.
We got Dio. We got Temioji way down there. We've got Quark. We've got Clover. We've got Alice. And we've got ourselves.
Yep.
Only one path left. And there should be no resistance left here
Nope.
to go down the line to see
Who
what the
planted the
deal
bomb?
with Fi is. I'm going to jump right in here because otherwise the saving of the game gets really weird when you save and load it up. Wait. And we're going to wait until next time.
The music.
Gotta get the drama there. Because this is where the shit gets real. There's only one way to go from here, and that's to the real ending, baby. Oh, yeah. We're going to get there.
Is Fi's ending the true ending?
I mean, the only thing I'd assume is that maybe there's going to be more beyond it. I don't know. Because it comes down to how it works. Like, Fi's could be one that would always be locked until you got all the answers.
Yeah.
Or you could get to Fi's, but there could be more here. There could be more on Sigma's branch. There could be more on... I'm trying to think of the branches where everyone's okay. And this is one of the few ones where everyone's okay still so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, if everyone's going to get out, then this is one where that is. It's definitely not going to be the Luna one because everyone's fucking gone there. But we'll just see as it goes along. But, yeah. Let's see
The
what secrets you're
intensity.
hiding, Fi. I don't know what that was. Don't mind me.
I
I'm
still
losing
want
my
a
mind.
solid answer if my theory was correct or not.
I think you're only going to get that in the real one, or you can only, I mean, if you've played 999, then you can just assume forward that
Yeah.
you see the picture, you know who that person is,
Uh-huh.
which adds to the point of, why is he so old? Why is the old woman so old? If
Yeah,
her ID
they're-
says Kurashiki, because we know that name.
Mm-hmm.
But only one will find out, and we're going to find that out next time.
Yep, you already said that.
I know, but I'd spent so much time after that I have to do it again, so it's not a fucking 5-minute long end card. And now it's
like
all
it has
normal.
been.
Only sometimes.
It's only sometimes.
Only sometimes.